Hello, my Aries family. This is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot, and this is your weekly tarot reading for you, Aries, for July 6th through the 12th. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And please subscribe and join me each and every day for my quick glance daily readings. Now, just a reminder, these are general readings. For a personalized reading, click on my website link below. So let's get started and see what your cards are indicating this week. Starting with your first card, Aries, you have the Major Arcana card, the Devil. Okay, Aries, what's going on? This Major Arcana card is indicating some change, and change that's not in your best interest, Aries. Now, this card showing up is an indication that you're holding yourself back by self-imposed limitations. So this is a card of restriction or being attached to something, and usually something that's not good for you, Aries. So what did you get mixed up with from last week? You had the wonderful energy of the Ace of Cups coming in, new love coming in. So I guess possibly for some of you, it might have been a new relationship coming in, but maybe not one that was necessarily good for you. Or you could have just gotten swept up in all the excitement and maybe having a good time. And that's why the Devil card is showing up. This is a card of indulgence and material pleasure. So for some Aries, you might be blowing off steam and just having a good time. And sometimes the Devil card does show up when a little fun is exactly what you need. But then tomorrow comes and you have to deal with the consequences, Aries. Now, for some of you, the Devil showing up indicates that you're totally ignoring your higher self and you're disconnected from spirit. So you are really deceiving yourself in some way, Aries, and you're intentionally not wanting to connect with spirit. So you're putting restrictions, limitations. You're giving your commitment to the energy of this card. And this is actually Capricorn's card, the goat. So there's the horns. So it's possible you might have met someone new. You might have been having a good time. You might have gone a little bit overboard. And this might have been with the Capricorn. But remember that the fiery energy of your star sign, Aries, and rein it back in. Now, the number 15 of the Devil card reduces down to 6. Just one of them, not 3 of them. And 6 reminds you to make sure you have balance and harmony in your life. But it also reminds you of the work that still needs to be done. And 6 is the number of your third eye chakra, Aries, which relates to your perception and intuition. So you need to tap into that and pull yourself out of this unhealthy, self-imposed limitation. You're holding yourself back now from whatever your future holds. Now, looking closely at the card here, and let's see if I can get it to zoom in. Let's see if we can get in closer. Sorry, there we go. Okay. Now you see the woman is chained, hands and feet together. And she's left on top of the huge horned skull here. And the horns here are a sign of a masculine virility, yet they're on a dead skull. And she too is crowned with horns as well as jewels. And she and the skull are surrounded by flames representing passion. So that's possibly what happened from last week. But here's the thing. Look at her expression. She almost looks like she's amused. And she doesn't even act afraid or is even interested in getting away. And of course, looking at this, it seems that she's there of her own free will. However, as time goes on, Aries, the flames will grow and perhaps other uncomfortable situations will develop. And then you'll no longer have a choice, and you might not be able to get out of the situation without getting some help. Now, the pentagram is present here, and it's inverted, so that's signifying the dominance of the physical world over the spiritual one. And that's what I was talking about, Aries. You're disconnected from spirit. Now, there can be some dangerous situations with this card showing up, but less extreme or less dangerous can be the overindulgences that this card represents. This is overeating, over drinking, staying up late. These are unhealthy practices, and with this card showing up, it's reminding you to adopt more practices in moderation. Now, for some of you, being held captive by your passions might feel like fun for a short time, but such an imbalance is never a good long-term plan. So, Aries, the first thing you need to do is reconnect with spirit, meditate each day, and ask for messages and guidance. Now, taking a look at your next card, Aries, you have the King of Swords. Now, immediately looking closely at this card, possibly the King of Swords is really alerting you to the truth of the matter at hand. Let's see if we can get this to zoom in, because I love this card. Let's see. His expression. Okay, I think you can see it. Look at his expression. It's almost like he's going to be pointing his sword right at you. It's like he knows what you've been up to. And the King of Swords cuts through all the rubbish. He gets right down to the truth. And he's very authoritative and commanding. And he's very logical and a rational thinker. But he will put the truth right into your face, Aries. Now, this King of Swords is somebody that's around you. That's what I'm picking up. This is possibly an Aquarius or some other air sign around you, Aries. And his standards are very high. And he expects a lot of the people that are around him. So he has no patience for anyone who doesn't do their best or who doesn't share the same ideals. So he can lack compassion for what he may perceive as weakness. And he's also very intolerant of uncontrolled emotional outbursts. So looking at this king's face, he does not condone whatever you've been up to in regards to this devil card, Aries. Now, this could be something big or this could be something small in regards to what the devil card is showing up for each Aries for this week. It's a general reading, but it looks like the King of Swords does not approve. So for some of you, this might be your boss. You might have gone out and had some fun and you didn't come into work the next day, and he knows exactly what has taken place and he's not happy. So that message was coming through for a few Aries. Take it for what it's worth. Now let's take a look and see what your next card might be, Aries. The Knight of Wands. Holy cow. Okay. Now first, the Knights usually show up because they're bringing action. There's action coming in. They're bringing in change and movement and sometimes travel. And the Knight of Wands is a fiery energy. So the changes this Knight is bringing in is in regards to whatever you're passionate about or whatever your life purpose, whatever you're interested in. Change is coming in, and he might actually be rescuing you because the Knight of Wands usually is an energy of like escaping from difficulty. Now, possibly this Knight is a Sagittarius. And that doesn't condone whatever was happening with the Devil card, because the Knight of Wands is Sagittarian's card. So you've got a lot of masculine energy this week trying to guide you or steer you in different directions. But the Knight of Wands is one of bringing in adventure, taking risks, passionate, having fun. He comes in quick, creates the change, and then he's usually out of there. He doesn't stay in one place very long. This is a card and energy of self-growth and always looking for a new challenge. And it is possible for some Aries that you're going to hook up with this fellow fire sign this week. Have a lot of fun, and then it'll be over. And that could possibly be what your Devil card is all about this week. As long as there's no repercussions from it, should be fine. One other message coming through for a few Aries might be that the Knight of Wands here is bringing in change that's needed in your life so that you can go after what you're passionate about, Aries. Now, this is a general reading, so it could be so many different things. But it is something that you enjoy, something you're passionate about, something that's always been with you, maybe possibly something you've always wanted to do. And the Knight of Wands is bringing in the change needed for you to be able to go after that goal or dream, whatever that is, Aries. Now, the 3-card spread adds up to number 17, which reduces down to number 8. And yes, 8 is about abundance, but it also has to do with leadership and influence. And you have a lot of that in your reading. So your numerology is just spelling it out for you. You've got the Devil card, which is influencing you to possibly do something that's not healthy for you. You're setting up your own limitations in order to move forward or progress towards your goals for the future. You're limiting yourself. And it looks like the King of Swords is showing up, possibly your boss, just not happy with this energy that the Devil has brought in. However that's influenced you, the King of Swords is not happy about it. And the Knight of Wands can be doing one of two things. He can be part of the problem with the Devil card coming in, having a great time with you, Aries, having a lot of fun, and then leaving just as quickly. Or he could be the Knight of Wands coming in regards to whatever it is you're passionate about, creating some change, stirring things up, telling you to take a risk, presenting you with some guidance and change. So you're going to be able to go after something you truly enjoy. He's bringing in the change to make this possible. And your numerology being number 8, and you've got a lot of masculine energy here, which is leading you in the right direction, even though your Devil card is influencing you, and most likely not in a good way. But I can say this is a very interesting reading, Aries. So let's take a look and see which crystal your angels and guides have suggested for you. Carnelian. Okay, Aries, this has got to do with your root chakra at your base, where you need to ground yourself. And then the sacral chakra, which has got to do with change and kind of go with the flow. Okay, so your guides have suggested carnelian, which is my little tree here, and my bracelet here. Now, your guides suggested it because they want you to be self-confident, They want you to stand tall, to be positive, to let your light just shine brightly. Because there's an energy this week of great success surrounding you. And this success may come in the form of important gatherings or business meetings, or even possibly your own personal accomplishments. So, Aries, this is possibly where the devil card might be coming in. If you go networking and meet and greets, there might be a lot of tempting food, alcohol, but you're networking. So you're going with the flow. Now, with this crystal, this promotes and suggests how brightly you will shine this week. And then notice how people are naturally attracted and drawn to you, Aries, because like attracts like. So if you want to attract a positive, self-confident person into your life, you need to be like that yourself. And that's what the carnelian crystal is all about. It promotes you having that self-confidence in everything that you do. It's about doing things that make you happy, and then your spirit shines brightly. And then that makes you even more magnetic, Aries. So your guides are also suggesting possibly to go somewhere you've never been before, or do something out of the ordinary this week to stimulate your senses and then expand your vision. Carnelian gives you the energy and self-confidence and adds spice and passion to your life. And it also encourages you to think clearly about what you want to accomplish in your life and to focus on what you would like to achieve. Think about what you need to do to make that happen, and then take the first step towards one of your goals. So if the devil card relates to you, Aries, in any way, shape, or form, that is something that you need to address. The overindulgence of whatever it may be. And also to connect with the spirit, source energy, the divine. There's support and guidance and messages waiting for you to just tune in and receive them. Now, I leave you with the message of the cards, Aries, but it is all within your own hands because you decide your own destiny, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe and help support my channel. Love and abundance to my Aries family.